It's a little bit different from the books.
I feel like you're gonna leave 8 really traumatized.
You know what? It will leave you a little bit traumatized, but it sets up season 3 perfect.
Really well. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's T. Welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not. And this is my interview with the cast and creator of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. In this video, I'm speaking to Walker Scobell, Ariane Simhadri, Leah Jeffries, Dior Goodjohn, Charlie Bushnell, and Daniel Dimer, as well as the man, the myth, the legend, the author and creator of the Percy Jackson books and executive producer of this series, Rick Riordan. We talk all about season 2, the characters, the changes from the books, and the book franchise at large as well. Honestly, if you're a true blue Percy Jackson fan, you are gonna want to watch this video. Enjoy and let me know if you like it. Camp Half-Blood, and Luke. Sorry.
That was a great way to start the interview.
All right, Sea of Monsters, trials, challenges, all that kind of stuff. Walker, I'll start with you. You've been playing the character for a while now. You're almost 3 seasons deep. What's been the biggest challenge you've had in playing Percy Jackson?
The biggest challenge? For me, it's difficult when they change things, like anything at all, even if it's for the better. It's just so difficult for me to wrap my head around it. I don't know why. I've just always run into problems like that because I'm like, these books have been in my head a certain way since I was in 3rd grade. And so it's really hard for me to just trust the process and trust Rick, even though I know that, we have an amazing team of writers that it's gonna end up amazing, but it's like, I just have to trust it. I have to go into every scene with full confidence because I get so scared when even like a little detail, like something shifted, I'm like, oh my God, like, but now since this is here, like this affects this future scene in season 4, but they're like, it's fine, like we have it figured out.
You gotta trust the process.
You gotta trust the process, exactly.
Awesome. I mean, saying that, like, no one knows the characters like you guys. Charlie, with Luke, I feel like complex is the word I want to use to describe him. Yeah. What do you feel like is something about Luke that's misunderstood by the characters and maybe the audience?
Don't get him started.
He's gonna try and recruit you, bro.
Oh no.
No, I think something that, and we get a glimpse of it a little bit this season in the flashbacks, and we kind of get to see the reality of what his life was like for like a long time. He was on the run, he was on the road, literally fighting for his life every day, having to figure out his next meal, and we see him with Thalia and young Annabeth and just the reality of that. The truth is, like, Luke he's lived a rough life, he's lived a rough life. He's lost basically everyone in his life. It all leads back to the gods. Like, they're kind of the one common denominator of everything that's gone wrong in his life. I think he's just a very like hurt individual, and I think it's like, unfortunately, hurt people,
Wow.
And I think
that was very
I've
profound.
never heard that before.
Whoa.
I just came up with that.
No
Just
way.
came up with that right now. And I think that's kind of the case, and Luke doesn't want to hurt people. Like, he doesn't want to hurt, even Percy. At least in the beginning. But
There's a couple trailer shots.
There's a couple trailer shots that might beg to differ. But no, he truly just believes that he's in the right, and we kind of see that this season,
Well, speaking of wanting to hurt Percy,
both of these people. Both of them.
You're in a
time.
strange group right now.
I mean, it can't be like there's nothing wrong with us. It must be like
It's gotta be.
something wrong with
Well,
us.
okay, clock it, because everybody's always coming after this guy.
Why does everyone?
You must be doing something.
You like the show Everybody Hates Chris?
Must be the problem.
Everybody hates Percy.
Everybody hates Percy. It's weird because Luke and Percy actually kind of like each other. It's just they have a big problem standing between them.
Low key, they're going after the same thing, just completely different routes.
Yeah.
It's really interesting though because as we're we're getting into season 3, and it's so interesting to see the effect that Percy has on different people. Because it's like, I'm sorry, I just took your. I'll let you answer in a second. But he. At the start of every season, it's like, the person will hate him. Like Dior last, I don't want to spoil anything for season 2, but I love seeing the progression in everybody because Percy stays, he's really sassy, but he doesn't give up on people. He gives it right back if somebody's being mean, but he doesn't give up on somebody.
Yeah.
And you really see that start to affect people as we move on. Sorry.
No, we definitely, I was going to say, we learn a lot more about Clarice as well as Luke this season. Because initially on first glance, especially season 1, you might describe her as a bully, maybe.
You could say it with your chest. She is a bully. She's mean.
But we have she has
she
good
sucks.
characteristics.
So
No,
mean.
listen,
It hurts me.
Book Clarice, I will say it. It's like I, as a fan of the books, did not like her because she was always causing everybody problems all the time. But the thing is, this season you really get to take a look into her life and her brain and understand, you know, why she does what she does. And
What are the good qualities of her that I think you kind of connect with as you play her?
okay, yes, thank you for asking this because that's like a really, actually, genuinely, a really amazing question. One thing about Clarissa that I feel like is really overlooked or people don't notice it is how loyal she is. Like, so she might go ahead and, you know, try and get some, you know, maiming in there if she can. However, she really does go by the book. She's a very traditional and kind of clean-cut, square leader when it comes to her and her people and protecting her people. So she's down in there with the mud with her guys all the time, no matter what. It's like no man left behind. And I think loyalty is a really, really big theme for her. And I feel like I relate to her in that way. Like, I don't know, being foreign, I feel like loyalty is such a big thing in foreign culture, you know? Well, I'm not really foreign. I'm half Persian. My mom's Persian, but it's like...
It's a case, I mean, when you compare to like America, I think a lot of other cultures are much more, that sort of familial, look after your own type thing.
Exactly,
it's strong.
yeah, it's really strong. So the loyalty aspect and also to just the hardworking aspect, she does want a fair win.
All right, well, I'm getting the sign, so I'm gonna wrap it up with one last question from you guys, because I know, I mean, like I'm on TikTok, a lot of my followers are like huge Percy fans. They're gonna wanna know, of the episodes of this season, what is the episode that you're most excited for them to see? You don't want to have time.
I think I know your answer.
I have one answer. It's always episode 4.
Yeah.
Episode 4? Okay.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. But I've only seen 4 episodes, so that fourth one.
Okay.
How'd you like it?
You saw the fourth one?
Did you see the fourth
All
one?
these questions. I've got to the end of 4.
Up to 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I don't know what.
You
Well, I know
saw
what's coming
4.
next.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing what's
crazy.
coming next.
For me, it's 4 and 7.
4 and 7.
Seven's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. All right.
4 and 7.
Yeah, 4 is amazing. I think 8 is up there too.
It's good, yeah.
8's really good. It's a really strong, action-packed.
It's a little bit different from the
I
books.
feel like you're gonna
Yeah.
leave 8 really traumatized.
That's
Sorry, that was like not great.
You know what? It will leave you a little bit traumatized, but it sets up season 3
It
perfect.
really well.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, oh my God, so many more questions, but it's all good. I'm gonna talk to the rest of the guys later. So
Tell them we said
thank you.
hi.
I
Yes.
will do.
Yeah.
I will do.
I
I'm
miss
gonna have
them.
to, I saw you say goodbye to Arian in the hall. So. So
It was
that's
rough.
real boys.
I took a piece of him with me.
Nice.
We took a
Oh,
piece of
and
each
you
other
should.
into different interviews.
And in the group that you're in right now, I feel like you kind of need to have your friends nearby.
Yeah, I mean, look at the...
Look at this. Nice.
He's
Thank
on
you.
thin ice.
Weirdly enough, I do love doing interviews with them. I feel like it... Because
You
we're...
guys all have great chemistry. I will say that.
Well, the weirdest thing is we're all in different parts of, like, the story.
Yeah.
So, like, she has her own thing this season, I have my own thing, he has his own thing. So it's like, there's no clashing, like, with, like, Leah and I were in the same like, plot the entire time. Arian's a little bit different, but basically the same. But, like, with all of us, it's like we all have something different to talk about, so it's
Yeah.
like, it keeps it interesting. I
It's
think.
interesting
cool. Yeah,
hearing
yeah.
like everyone else's.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because we were kind of all on like different paths this season.
Guys, thank you so much for
Thank
your time.
you.
It's been
Great to see
awesome
you.
Thank
speaking
you.
to
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Good to see you guys. Arian, I saw your emotional goodbye to Walker in the hall just before. He told me to tell you he misses you and he says hi.
You tell him I miss him.
I will. I'll go back over. I'll let him know.
Can you go back and interrupt their
I'm
interview?
so sorry, guys. So sorry. I'm a mess. All right. One of the questions I actually wanted to ask the guys before I didn't have time. Leah, I'm going to run it to you instead. We talk about Percy Jackson and just adaptations in general. Everyone wants things to be faithfully adapted, right? Something precious to them. What are some changes? I did notice some, but what are some changes made to season 2 to Percy Jackson from the books that you think maybe improved the show or that you maybe preferred?
Something that's like besides my hair, because my hair is a big part of me, so I'll be like, oh, it's my braids for sure. No, I think the way how I switch up my voice sometimes. In the first season I was more monotone and it was very much like straight things like this and you couldn't really tell what the difference was. But in the second season, Annabeth talks more with love through her what's it called?
Voice?
You didn't hear that. Through her voice. What am I saying? I'm so sorry. Yeah, like does that make sense? You know, it's more caring, and I think it's because she's looking for that too. So she kind of has to give it in order to feel it, because if she can't receive it from anyone, she doesn't want to tell them. So she kind of gives it out like that. I think that's a change that people don't really realize.
Really sweet.
Jeez. Thank you. Thank you.
Arian, I feel you might know what I'm gonna ask you as my big takeaway from watching the show so far.
There's like a group of 3 questions that I've been asked like every interview.
And I felt guilty for not being
I think I know which one you're gonna pick. but
Talk to
shoot.
me about the wedding.
I knew it! Although this is my favorite of the three.
Okay. Were you? I mean, you must have known it was coming. Were you like dreading it, excited? Did you get teased a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've been excited to do since I signed on to the show. I've had many
That's the only
discussions.
thing you decided for.
Yeah, really the only reason I took the project. Our costumer, Kate Adair for season 2, she is such a collaborative woman. Like every single part of the process I was involved in, I didn't need to be at all. They could have just like thrown it at me and it's like, this is what you're wearing. But every time there was a fitting, she was like, what do you think? How is this comfortable for you? You have a different physicality than everyone else. How is this gonna affect you? And she took little things into consideration. And I think the dress ended up being more so than just the way it looked. What I loved about it, it was like this beautiful kind of collage of everyone who worked on it, you know? It was such a collaborative piece, you know? And so wearing it made me happy because it was like, I was wearing this like little part of everyone. You know?
Yeah, that's a beautiful answer. I didn't know what I expected you to say, but that's a really beautiful answer. Thank you for it. The idea of the Sea of Monsters is that there's so many challenges and trials that everyone has to face.
Yeah.
Coming into the show for season 2, what are the biggest challenges that you had to face as an actor?
Oh man.
These are good questions. Thank you.
Honestly, it was like the team made it pretty seamless, man. Like, I'd like to say it was a really difficult job. It wasn't that hard. Like, the love of the books and of the characters kind of gave me the in that I needed to kind of get started up. The kind of reception that I got from these guys and the warmth and the friendship from them gave me the confidence to be able to just kind of show up every day and do my thing without having to worry about trying to fit in. Support from the crew, like they did a phenomenal job. The special effects teams to be able to kind of explain the process. The directors and be able to kind of let me do my thing, from Rick being able to be like, hey, I love what you're doing. Like they all supported me and set me up for success. And so the process was like, by the time I got on set, man, it was an easy show for me. It was like, I love what I do. I love what I get to do every day, and they all let me do it in the best way possible, man. So it was an incredible experience.
Great, thank you. And for my final questions, and I've got to wrap up soon. Lee, I'm going to come back to you actually. You're playing the daughter of effectively the goddess of wisdom. Annabeth is very bright. If you could sit down and speak to Annabeth as a character, what's one thing you'd want to ask her? Imagine you're in my position, you got into, I'm so sorry.
We really have to.
I've got to glue it down. Imagine you're interviewing Annabeth. What would you ask her?
I'd probably give her my chemistry homework and ask her to solve it. You don't understand. Y'all.
This has been really messy. You've been talking about your chemistry homework for like
You don't
4
understand,
days.
but like, let me show it to you guys. Like, it's so bad. Oh my gosh, it's hard in a good way. At least I know that I can make the class. I got an A right now, but
Nice.
I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm stressing out so bad.
Because you're so
y'all.
smart. So smart. Yeah.
Method acting.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
but like a genuine question that I would ask her probably is like, how do you do it? Because first of all, people think that like these powers that you have and stuff, it's like such a great advantage that you have in life and things, but it doesn't always just come the way they think it is. You know, they think that, you know, if you're the daughter of like wisdom, they think that you're just like smart on the go. Like they can just act like, oh, 9 times 9. It's like, oh my gosh, I know this, 81 or something. It's like, no, certain questions need time to think. And it's like, Annabeth can be a ChatGPT, but even ChatGPT itself doesn't even answer quickly. You know what I'm saying? It still takes time to think. And I would ask her like, how do you do it, and how do you manage through the people that think that you have it easy? Because even sometimes your mind can get clouded with too much of that intelligence, you know? Because you're trying to also, sometimes that intelligence can also become like a OCD thing where it's like everything has to be perfect. And I think that I also, instead of her giving me advice, I also give her advice to like, that she can take her time and like think as well. Because in the show, Percy was like, what do you think, wise girl? And she's like, there is some things I don't know. And I would, give her that advice, but I would also ask her that question.
That was a great answer. Thank you so much. I don't have time for one more question. Quick one, do I? No, that's okay. No, that's all right. No problem. Thank you guys so much. It was a great chat. Rick, thank you so much for sitting down with me. First of all, I wanted to say, I mean, I've loved the entire Percy Jackson, all of the novels since I was a kid. So I'm very excited to be speaking to you today. I really wanted to talk about, before we kind of get into season 2, the origins of the book. You wrote it as like initially bedtime stories for your son. Can you kind of explain, for those who aren't too familiar, how that all came about?
Sure. At the time, I was a middle school teacher in the States. We taught English and history, and one of the subjects I covered was Greek mythology. My son, that same year, was about 9 years old, and he was studying Greek mythology at school as well. However, he wasn't having a very good time at school. He had just been diagnosed with dyslexia and attention deficit deficit disorder, which explained why he was struggling so much, but it made him feel like there was something wrong with him. I wanted to reassure him and keep him interested in school, so I said, well, let me tell you some stories. You like Greek mythology? And then I made up a new one for him. I said, do you know there's a boy that lives in modern times, and his name is, I don't know, Percy Jackson. He also has ADHD and dyslexia, but he found out that those things can be signs that you're very special indeed. You might even be a demigod, a son of the Greek gods. As you can imagine, my son said, yes, that's it. He loved the story. He told me to write it down. And lo and behold, here we are 20 years later with all of these Percy Jackson books and now the TV show.
Incredible. I mean, and 20 years of a lot of fans really connecting with the franchise. I know why I personally connected with it. I found so much relatability personally in Percy. I didn't necessarily have dyslexia, but I did have some learning difficulties growing up, and I really connected to that side of the story. My best friend was very similar to Tyson as well, so there was a lot of personal connections into the story. In your opinion, why do you think the franchise has connected so much with fans over the years?
It's been amazing to me. I did not expect to be sitting here so many years later and still talking about these books and having the show and all of the resurgence in it. I hope that it's partly because Greek mythology has endured all these millennia because it says something about the human condition. The Greek heroes speak to us because their struggles feel like our struggles. They have impossible odds. They are facing forces that feel unfair, capricious, hard to understand, and we can all relate to that. The monsters that they face are manifestations of things that many of us have to face. Challenges, both internal and external, whatever they may be, they feel like monsters that we have to vanquish in some way, and how do we do that? So that's one thing, and I hope the other is that just as a teacher, I learned how to tell a story that feels relatable, especially to younger readers, and to know how to balance humor and action and emotion in a way that makes these young readers or now young viewers feel like they can be part of this world.
Absolutely confirm that you have.
Oh, good.
That is absolutely achieved, no doubt in my mind. Now we're in Sea of Monsters for season 2. I mean, what's been your favorite part about bringing the Sea of Monsters, the actual Sea of Monsters, to life?
Well, I mean, as the other producers always tell me, I didn't do them any favors because every book is bigger and harder to adapt. One of my favorite things has been seeing the way they tackled those incredible challenges that I set down and brought them to life in such amazing ways. They're just miracle workers. I don't know how they do it. The ironclad scene, for instance, a full-size 1800s warship they built on a soundstage, made it look like it was at sea in a storm, waves crashing over the top of it, and actors on pulley systems and being tossed back and forth. Unbelievable. And all of that just for one scene in one episode. But honestly, my favorite thing is seeing the actors and seeing them grow into their roles since the first season, and how much more confident they feel, how literally, bigger they've gotten and more mature. But they are so wonderful. They're just lovely human beings. They support each other. They become a family together. And getting to see that has just been so gratifying.
Incredible. I mean, I can be really honest. Coming into Sea of Monsters, I knew the first season it's achievable to do. I thought Sea of Monsters, maybe CGI might have a little hard time tackling that, but I love how it was done. I was genuinely I was awestruck. I do want to ask a question on behalf of my cousin, who's the one who actually introduced me to Percy Jackson. He's an aspiring writer. He's very much inspired by yourself. So from my cousin, whose name is Chiron, coincidentally.
Okay.
No relation.
Okay, wow. What a name to live up to.
I know. His question initially was, if you could be in any of the 12 cabins, which one do you think you would be in?
Oh, that I think about that, and I think the potential answer changes all the time. I'm not sure. Some days I think I'd like to be a son of Poseidon and explore the depths of the ocean. I suspect I would end up in the Hermes cabin just because Hermes is sort of the jack of all trades and he does so many things. He is the god of communication, and I think that that speaks to me. People communicating to each other.
His other question, which I'm gonna have to breeze right past, was how could you do that to Jason in Trials of Apollo? I said it's probably too early to ask that. We'll come back when we get there. Moving swiftly on then. Season 1, obviously we tackled the first book. Season 2, we're in the second book, and presumably season 3 is Titan's Curse. Coming into this, was your objective to just go season by season, book by book, and so on? Presumably, we'll get to 5 or 6 seasons in. Are spin-offs kind of in your mind for the rest of the wider universe?
Well, that is, the plan is, as you said, 1 book per season, and we are well underway with season 3 now, which is The Titan's Curse. It's going fabulously. I'm very pleased with it. We don't know about 4 and 5 yet. Everyone is hopeful if it continues to do as well as it has. It's been amazing. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Personally, if we can just get the first 5 books done, I will consider that a win. Beyond that, we're not really talking at this point about what that might look like, but if it happens, that would be amazing.
Incredible. Well, I'm excited to see where it goes. If I can wrap it up with just one last favor, if I can,
Sure.
actually. For the aspiring writers out there, I know a question you might commonly get is, what advice could you give to aspiring writers? Can I ask you, in your experience, is there one piece of advice you were given by someone else that you still hold on to today?
Yeah, the biggest piece of advice is finish what you start. And I didn't do that when I was young. I would write a few pages and say, oh, this is too hard. I'll get another idea and start again. And because of that, I have binders full of unfinished stories. Rather, what I've learned you have to do is write it from the beginning to the end. It will be terrible. That's okay. Let it be terrible, because the first challenge is to get a finished draft of whatever it is. Then you can go back and revise it all you want. Finish what you start.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
Of course. Wonderful talking with you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this interview, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps me and the algorithm as I try to grow as a YouTube creator. If you want to see more interviews just like this, then check out the playlist and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thank you so much, and that's the tea.